So I'm just gonna record my process for editing live music videos. Haven't really, never really done that before. Okay, so let's just dive straight into it. We have the Jim Bass Records 10th birthday. So the first thing you should do is like organize all your files. So I've already done that here for the 24th at least. So let's go, um, let's go Salmoni. So we have 3 cameras. I don't know what to say. Let's pop over as well. Cool. Yeah, check that out. So we want to go, yeah, new project. So there should be audio there. Why isn't there? Only half of them actually have WAV files. Yeah. So everything on this was like it was like one room with 2 stages, and I'd split the 2 GoPros I have between the 2, and one of the GoPros is really good because it has like a WAV file recording built into it, and the other one doesn't do that. But I always try and use like I don't have any audio for these videos, and that's why I want to start with them. I always hit don't change remote, just because sometimes it's really handy to have like they have it. But for the music ones, I always do like 25p. Yeah, so the first thing I'm gonna do is like line everything up, so create a timeline, and then throw all the videos onto it. Yeah, that's not that one. Okay, cool. Let's jump over into the next tab. You gotta give it a second for the audio to load in. Let's close this one. Let's close this one. We don't need either of them right now. So that's camera 1. That's on the GoPros. It's not the best. This should be a drum cam, but it's facing more forward than backward. So actually, no, that's not true. Hang on. This is the drum cam. Hold on. My mix settings are. We can turn that down a little bit. Hey, that sounds. Yeah. Okay, let's hear that together. I think you can hear me over the audio. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is an impromptu sort of test for a live stream I've been thinking about in the future. Yeah, so see the audio's loading in and it'll take a second. Probably like I probably cut here. Yeah. I feel like I want to look like that. It's not great. So yeah, just give that a minute. So these ones got flicked on basically at the same time. So I'm going to majorly trim this one. It's weird because I'm looking at one timeline on one side of my screen and the same thing on the other side of my screen. So I keep looking at OBS to work out what's going on. Something like that, yeah. Yeah, so it's got one more track to do. It takes a bit to process the audio, which, you know, it is what it is. Bop, 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 bop. Alright, so yeah, everything's lined up. Now I just want to show you. So let's turn this back on. And what? Yeah, compound clip. GoPro. Now, they're like, each of those clips ends up being like half a frame delayed. So often I find that by this point in the video, things look out of sync. But I always double check the syncing. Yeah, and I wanted to show you this because I always get told that auto sync just works great, but right now it did. Yeah, it never works. It's really frustrating. So yeah, so we gotta do this. And yeah, and then auto align based on waveform. Yeah, usually it doesn't work. But yeah, so this is what normally happens. There's no, and it's not actually. These two are both Sony camcorders, so the waveforms would be really similar. But if I zoom in, you know, they look similar, but there's just enough difference in the noise that it picks up, I guess. So that's actually really convenient to know that the Sony ones will just sync. This is like the most important part of the process. Yeah, see, everything is just, I think it looks right, but I don't trust it ever. And see, even this waveform looks out. I think it starts here. But it might start here. Yeah. So I'll trim it. I just, yeah. So I wonder if I can put keyboard shortcuts on. So like what I press pop up. That would be really cool, actually. Let me have a quick look. Hotkeys. We're not looking for like hotkeys. It's in OBS. Keyboard strokes in OBS. I don't want to. Yeah. I always Google how to do things and a video pops up, and I actually just want like a text, like a little bit of text that just says this is what you do. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing that right now. We're gonna come back to that. Let's focus on this. Okay, so now that everything is like synchronized and also kind of trimmed to where you want, I link and then unlink because they all, and then I'm gonna relink and then no, hang on, no, and then you gotta do it more like this, not all together. You don't want them all together. You want to have like the control. But the important part there was I copied all of the audio because now we're gonna make a multicam. So we're gonna create a new timeline, bam, and then convert this timeline to multicam and then drop it in here. And you want to mute the audio because yeah, there's 3 cameras and 3 audio channels, and then you drag this audio underneath. So now we got a bass. We've got 3 tracks from different sources, and we're gonna jump over in the music tab. Yeah, keep audio 1 mute because we don't need to think about it. I actually. So they're actually still sort of tuning, but everything's lined up, so that's actually all that matters. I don't know how to use this mixer, which would be good, but what I can, well, that's just a lot of noise. Now, so we sort of want to find somewhere where the vocals are playing with everything else, and check if you can hear them over everything. I feel like usually I'll have a Zoom recorder and I will get at the very least the vocal track, and because if you can get clarity in the vocals, a lot of the time that goes a long way. But I'm not gonna get that here because I just don't have either a Zoom or a multi-track. And there's like not a lot you can do with this. But what we are gonna do, it's actually in a pretty good spot. It's peaking at -5, and when I have everything on, so there's no headroom on the master bus, and we would just want to bring a little bit of headroom on the master bus. So what I'm gonna do is we need, yeah, just comp. So really cool. If you get Reaper, all of the basic plugins just automatically bump into Resolve. So you can just learn, if you're mixing a multi-track for one track, you can learn everything you learn from that. You can bring in. Yeah. So let's just bump the rate here so up like about 4, and then. So we're just taking a little bit out. Now, it's like slightly, because this video is shot from the right of the stage, the left of the stage. It's gonna be slightly, left panned. And But the other two cameras are both really good, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Gonna get an okay. Add band. Real low pass, and then this is probably not exactly the right thing to do, but like so basically I just want to give his vocals a little of a boost. But the problem is the vocals go all the way across the spectrum basically. And so it makes it hard to like isolate one point with EQ or a multi-band compressor. Yeah, and honestly, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Just like a basic comp and a little bit of EQ. Not like too much. Just something like that. Nothing crazy. Just like, yeah. Like I'm not gonna spend the time to take out all the frequencies. And like a lot of the time, I just need to make sure that this guy has headroom, so that it's not like it's like peaking real hard right now. And so I just want to like reduce the volume a little bit at the very top. It's probably like over compressed, but the video audio isn't that good anyway. It's like not too much of a problem, and I might just pull that out. See, yeah, I don't really worry too much. Hang on, I might like I just want to think carefully about what I'm mixing. So this is the GoPro. I actually want the GoPro to be a little lower. Like, cause it's not a great microphone, but it does provide like a lot of oomph behind another track. So like, for example, if I want to bring out the vocals in one of these tracks, like this one a little bit, then I can just reduce the volume of... Yeah, Adam. And now this looks like in a pretty good spot, but it's also, they're not like playing music. So the GoPro's down a little bit. Let's this one's really hot. Probably should start with turning stuff down, honestly. You can tell I don't really use this mixer. I don't have a solid process. It's actually the wrong one, lol. There. And that's sitting just at 0.5. So that's like about where you want it to sit. It sounds alright. It doesn't sound like it's never gonna sound like a multi-track, but it's good. Anyway, so we just added some compression, did a little bit of EQing, and just like brought the volume down to like -5, which is ideally where you want it at. And then what you want to do is you want to close that tab, close all of these guys, because it brings up this second. See how it disappears? I couldn't work it out because it's not really obvious. But then you go multicam, and then you get the 3 tracks. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Let's so I think this. Yeah, let's cut this. Yeah, there we go. Delete that. Bam. And then yeah, let's get into it. We're just gonna basically just gonna watch this and hit 1, 2, 3, and you can see how many times I messed that up. Like I always hit 1 or 2, like 1 and then 1. For no reason. I feel like yeah, bam. I think I didn't do a good job with this camera on the first night. I don't think I did a very good job on the 24th, actually. Like this camera was centered in the room for the other 2 days. So I think the other 2 days this camera is going to be really good for audio. And yeah, this one, just trying to knock it out. There's actually this cool where he starts jumping. Yeah. And then we can cut it back. But hang on. So there's not like a drum fill, but I just like the drumming there. And so a lot of this, I like these performers that go into the crowd and have a lot of interaction with the crowd. He's got a lot of energy. And then he's got the fill there. So yeah. 3. And then he's so yeah. So it's probably that camera motion was a bit wonky, right? So it just jumps up a little bit right here. If you watch it on video 1, it just jumps up. And so that's sort of why I have an extra camera. Because it covers me when I mess up on. That's a good moment. So I really like this. It's zooming in on Isaac, and then it's. But then I always worry that I make the cuts too short. I don't think it matters as long as they're sort of hitting the timing. But I actually think what I want to do is move this cut to right here. Maybe that's not the best. Maybe we go like this. Yeah, like right there. So where's that? Right there. Right. So I've been trying to be more conservative with the telephoto shooting. Especially when there's so much energy and they duck like that, I can never catch it. So I've been trying to shoot more wide. Plus, it's like when you shoot wide, you get more of the crowd. But the reason I love to shoot telephoto is because you can sneak between people's heads a lot. Like it's and it has this totally different perspective. I think, like, on reflection, I need to make sure I stay pretty wide on this sort of angle and shot. Oh yeah, the man himself. Yeah, every one of these videos that I'm gonna do is gonna be like that. Yeah, sometimes I just and see. I wonder if, like, I like this. See, I think it could be like, yeah, right there. See where the symbol hit? Yeah, bam. And then I'm gonna wait for the shot to go kind of wide again. So he just does this dip here, yeah, and now. And then so that one there, I think. Oops, yeah. It's that snare hit actually. Something like that. I don't think that's perfect, but I kind of want to see this guy's whole action, so I think really nuanced is to like sort of like capture the whole, like rather than cutting on like beat is to cut for action. so that a whole action. Because what you don't want to do is have this like halfway through and like kill all of the energy of it. And you see how he kind of like goes up and then down, and you capture that whole feeling. Let's watch that. Let's see. And so he like, I think that's good. I think that's good. So let's just watch that sequence. I don't want to cut it on this one, but maybe what I want to do is cut it on, cut it right here, I think. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm doing that thing where I zoom in and I can't track very well because the energy is so fast. But it's fine. Like, I sort of want to keep it on video 1 as much as possible. It's yeah. Again, yeah, that's that zoom in, that's not, and I'm probably gonna have to cut it now because I'm gonna lose him. Oh yeah, that's sick. But the band is playing there, and I could have cut to video 3. Even though I don't see the front of them, you just get the right impression. It's like out of focus, and it's just a drink, so might. And it's nice. It's kind of nice. I kind of like this angle. I wish it was tilted a little lower, but it's fine, honestly. I don't like a lot of the time. I just get to throw up the GoPro, and I don't really think about where it's pointing, and I just hope it catches something. That's definitely like. I think he asked for me to turn this, to close this bit off. So what we might do... We're gonna make a cut here. And then we're gonna find... We're just gonna cut out this... We're gonna cut out this story. Not because it's a bad story, but because he doesn't want it. He just asked for it not to be included. It's a fun story though. So let's start. Let's go from about here, because we got the point of the story. We're gonna just go like this. And then to make that less like, just give it the old crossfade. You just need to make sure it doesn't like pop so hard. Alright. Yeah, Raccoon City is sick. Okay, that's fine and dandy. Let's go. Let's change this to, let's get rid of the inspector. Why do we have an inspector? I don't know. Okay, that looks great. Bam. That makes the cut look kind of seamless. Alright. Talking. Is it a... Yeah, it'll be fun. Oh. Yeah. Sorry, my CPU just had an indication that it was getting real hot, so I might have to like... I need to find the sweet spot for the video encoder, bitrate wise. Doesn't seem like it's acting up now. Yeah, just... So yeah, it's like 84 degrees. It was like 90 degrees, or 89 degrees, so it was like maxed out. But I've just taken the side of the case off. I think I want to put a hole in the side of the case and get an extra fan on it. Like, just to pull some extra air in. Sorry, I haven't been focusing for the last 2 minutes. See how that guy's hat is right there? That's sort of when I like to use telephoto. Because you can sort of... Like, his hat would be in the shot. If you don't... If it wasn't in telephoto. But you can kind of remove it by shooting closer. Yeah. That's sick. I'm just letting it be the shot because I haven't seen any problems with it. Like the only reason I have the other two camera angles, well, the drum angle is good because it's always nice to see a drum fill. It's like the one instrument that I have a hard time pointing at. Like for just there, for example, if I just do like... I just go like this. I didn't cut that whole song except for there, just to catch that little ting ting ting. Yeah, that's perfect. That's like all I need is like, because I don't get a point at the drums that often. I usually capture lead guitar and the singer and the bass player, and the rhythm if there's another one. But the wide angle just saves me when I mess up somehow. But otherwise, I try not to cut at all. Unless it like is really creative somehow. But yeah, that's like this massive block of time where I just haven't made a cut. That's like that whole song was like fine. So what happened? We had a drum fill into... Gonna let it build up. His drumming is actually really incredible. I'm gonna move this up to like here because it's a... Yeah, we should move it up to the cymbal hit. So hit. We should move it. Maybe like there even. Yeah, that feels pretty good. It's like important to cut rhythmically to the beat, but like I was saying earlier, it's also good to see the whole action of a beat. And so you got to really make a call on whether you need that block of time to be rhythmic if you're holding onto the 4/4 or whatever tempo, or whether you want to see what the person is actually doing. We're about to cut back to the singer. Yeah, that was it right there. Probably like, yeah, probably like this beat here, I think. I think it's there. Okay. Maybe it was a bit, yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit of a screw up, but it's actually smooth enough. Plus now he's singing, so good call to move. And you can hear him singing. Yeah, keep it. I think Isaac's singing. Yeah. Is that up wobbly? That's fun. Yeah, maybe like when he's upright, that'd be cool. Yeah, like here, yeah. And you can just bounce around to here. Or maybe if it's all this one. Yeah, that's sick. See, that's what I don't like. It's gonna get intense. Where are we going? See, I felt like we were a bit lost in this section. I like how he catches it. See, yeah, and then it cuts. I think we could give him like a little more space, maybe like here. Yeah, that feels better. Just gonna let it be on this shot for a little bit, and then. Random camera. It's fine. It's not, yeah. So much chaos. That camera was definitely pointing at the drummer, and I should have known to like go bam. That's the bit that I don't like, this camera cross. So I think we just need to cut it. But I reckon we could cut it here. Because, yeah, the camera is like right on that symbol that he's sitting. And then you can see him. I can probably, you can see me there. I'd probably crop in, make it kind of like this. You can see me standing over. Actually, you can see me, and then, yeah. Alright, I think they go. I think I should probably get cut around here. Just like as he says thank you. Maybe like a little earlier. Just because the camera gets all shaky. It's really hard to hold my arm up like that. Like, yeah, I need like a stick to put it on to get those up high shots. But then you don't get as much like flexibility and the ability. You lose the ability to duck between a crowd. So yeah, so something like something like this. Maybe it's more like this actually. So you can see him holding his guitar and then yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that feels good. Yeah, I'm missing a lot of shots of the bass player. But the mosh pit's really going. I think it's just this shot for the rest, basically. I think. We try. I really like. Yeah, I sort of like how it just cuts the. Where you go, 48. 48. I sort of just cut the last video I did. 48. I better like let it chill. Ah. What is that? Let's check in 48 too. Alright, so that's like that. Let's jump into color. Okay, so this is why it's so important to use the... Like, I realize you could do color first, but you're going to want to come back and fix up any color that might have been a problem. Alrighty, so let's go. So we're on the GoPro clip here, and it's so saturated. Like, we go anywhere. The good thing about this event was that there wasn't that many lights, so I can actually get away with a lot more than what I usually would. So the S-curve is not my friend, but yeah, we can look at this waveform and see that it's all kinds of crazy. So it's peaking. It's got a little bit of headroom. Let's turn the gain down. See, it's like you can see where it hard peaks on the waveform, kind of like where these lines sort of stop, and then you can see that there's more red kind of above it. See how those lines kind of come together? I wonder if we pull it down further. But the only reason it's got more than that is because we sort of want it to sit... Oh, hang on, I was doing it wrong. That's actually fine. Yeah, there's no more to get back with that. I want to just bump the gamma up. The gamma is sort of like your midtones and contrasts. But see how like it sort of makes it less saturated too, which is something that I like. Then we can like lift the bottom. See, there's so much information there that's hiding. See. So this image looks pretty dirty. Yeah, and so basic S-curve. We can push this a little bit more, honestly. But this is my favorite bit. So let's turn off editable splines to get the S-curve, because you don't use editable splines for this bit. And then you sort of just want to like pull the colors in line with each other. It's like I'm probably because the color is red, I'm not going to be able to pull the reds down, but the blue and the greens can come together for sure. And this is sort of how I go about color correcting a lot of the time. So we can push the blues up. Not that far up though, they're kind of out. That's looking pretty good. We can probably... Let's see, that gets too purple. And you don't want it to be purple. I can kind of see the blues being there. And then we can put a dot in the middle and pull them down again. We can pull... Let's go green again. I'm going to pull the green up. I'm going to pull the green completely out. I'm going to pull the blues down. It's kind of like, it's kind of red, but everything's super visible. Let's go back to this one. Let's go back to editable spline. Splines are important to understand. So that's what we started with, and then that's what I've got now. And it's like, it's just about bringing, it's about like understanding, there's a lot of red here. We want to try get as much information in the image as possible, right? But then it makes it look like shit. And then it's about bringing back the colors that actually matter. So, which is primarily the red. And then leveling out the other two, which is the green and the blue. I got splines on. Whoops. You don't need splines on. And see, the green is actually quite hard in here. It's not something that I really want to worry about too much. But if I just like push that, this is where I try to make, if you want to make, so the good thing about this is like like when I came into doing EQing, this is sort of how I thought about it, but when it comes to color, it makes a lot more sense. I think I just don't have the visual idea of EQing, but I like to make these lines as smooth as possible, and you can kind of see how that would work for EQing as well. But if you can roll off these lines to be super nice and kind of even, then the actual, like, okay, so I'll show you. If it's jaggy, you get this really weird roll off in the color. So it's like green straight into pink. But what you want to do is just make it kind of really nice and even, and then pull this back. Yeah, I like how that looks. That's looking really good because the image is a red image. Okay, so let's I always forget how to hide them, so I can look underneath. You go clips, right? Yeah. We don't need effects. We don't need clips. We go timeline, and then you can hit, and then make it disappear. Okay, so now I really like how this looks without anything else. Hide timeline. But you can see in like the vector scope. I'm in the way. You can see in sort of the vector scope that you could do something. So I'm just gonna pull up the gamma a bit. Now everything's like kind of apart. It goes purple towards the end. That's probably worth noticing. But I'm just going to. So yeah, editable splines. Make your S curve on your Y. I forget what Y stands for. I'm not that smart. Turn off S curves and pull the colors towards each other. Now, again, it's a purple image. There's a lot of red, so you don't want to lose that. But what you want to do is you can just add the contrast back in by pulling around the blue and the green. And so if it was a blue image, you'd pull around the red and the green. Now, there's a lot of contrast in this image as compared to the GoPro image, and we probably want to go back to the GoPro image and work that out again. But I think I've taken away too much purple. See how it's very green. Yeah, I just want to get a little bit of purple back in to the shadows. Yeah, I kind of like that. Timeline. See how there's like no contrast compared to the other one? There's like no contrast. Should go here. Whoa, that's actually the bit that I needed to edit on, was that bit. Because now you can see that the red is really red. It's also really dark. It's that white spot up here that's getting me worried. It's actually like all of those colors. So I think I don't think there's a lot I can do to like manipulate that more than I already have. Other than I do need to bring it down. I probably adjusted the gamma too much. Probably, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy that it can go from this image to this image. Yeah, there's no. I'm not fixing that purple hole at the top of the frame, but what I am doing is bringing in the contrast back in. So we just want to like do. We don't want to lose the detail in the blacks. This is what I'm looking at. I want them to be separated. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna really pump the gamma. See, because the bright areas, except for this area, are really easy to bring back. This is probably a bit too much, but yeah, there's too much gamma. It is literally a GoPro clip, and I hate putting them together. That looks great. Same dealio. Bump the camera up a little bit. Get a little bit of an S curve going on. A little bit of an S curve going on. Get it. It's basically the same as contrast. Bring down the red a little bit. So what I like about doing this way is that it really affects your contrast. And it makes this really unique look that I really like. The problem with working in dark rooms all the time is that it's always midtones rather than highlights that you're working with, and I don't really like that much. So I just want to like, and then pull down the greens. It's like very, still got a little bit of the purple light in, but I just want to like, see? It's those white lights. I just want like enough purple in those, still fucking sick. I think that looks good. I think that looks fine. You should use, I didn't do it, but you should hit Control S and use multiples, but this is fine. That just brings in, see the details that it brings back in, working with the green? And look at this, it looks great. It looks awesome. And it just like makes, all the people are popped out because of, they're purple and the background is green. It makes them look sick. Similar story here. I actually think I'm just going to copy this node from, because I really like it. See, this is really green now. It's almost too green. We gotta check. Actually, that's a good point. We're good. I'm really happy with that. And actually, I think that's what needs to happen with the GoPro, is that the green needs to be reintroduced into the clip. In one way or another. The GoPros are just so frustrating to color grade. They don't grade like normal clips. You can see him. It's all glitchy. It's all bugged out. And you know, that's all you really can do with a GoPro. But maybe if I can make that, see, that's yellow, right? That color, this color here is yellow. Is that right? So maybe what I need to be doing is pushing the blue up. Or pushing it down. As the problem as well is that when you're working like this, it's so fucked. But that's, yeah, I'm not really enjoying working with the GoPros for the full-on color correction stuff. But to go from like that where it's really dark to that where it's kind of bright and you can kind of see people, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably print it now, but that's about it for today. Yeah, thanks for watching. Cool. Hopefully that'll be next time. This was sort of the demo. If you didn't realize, this is sort of the demo for like a live stream format. Yeah, thanks.